Why don't anti-malware tools work better? Hi, everyone. Leo Notenboom here for askleo.com. Question I got. I've been an independent computer repair tech for over 12 years now. The question I get the most and have the hardest time answering is this. How come my antivirus program didn't stop me from getting this virus? When you're installing AVG, the program says that only 3% of today's security problems are caused by traditional viruses. Is this true? Is it true for the other antivirus programs as well? So, in other words, the question really boils down to, why don't all those anti-malware tools just work better? Why don't they work the way we expect them to? Now, I'm going to fault AVG for the phrase traditional viruses. I think that puts an unrealistic spin on your expectations. Malware is malware, and that includes viruses, spyware, ransomwares, rootkits, zombies, and who knows what else. What they mean by traditional is unknown, and I have no idea where the 3% figure comes from. But there's a kernel of truth in AVG's statement. No matter what program you run, there's still a chance your computer will get infected. Now, in the past, we categorized security software by the type of malware being targeted. We had antivirus programs looking for files containing data patterns matching those of known viruses. Anti-spyware tools monitored for known spyware behavior. Anti-rootkit tools specifically countered advanced techniques used by rootkits to hide files. In recent years, the lines have become so blurred as for all of that to be meaningless. As a result, we now talk in more general terms about security software and malware. Different security software vendors use different techniques to detect malware. This is one of the biggest reasons one tool might detect malware that another does not. New malware is found daily. Almost all security programs use a database of information that they update daily, or sometimes even more frequently, so that they can identify the latest malware by its behavior or appearance. Another way different tools differ is how quickly they update their database, including the research required to identify new malware strains, as well as the mechanics of updating and pushing out that new malware database. Some companies are better or faster at it than others. Sometimes, new malware's behavior can't really be addressed by a simple database update. The security software itself has to be updated in some way. Some companies are better at effective, rapid deployment than others. How fast vendors can address these issues varies depending on everything from the day of the week to perceived priority of the issue at hand, which is something that people don't always agree on, to the technological details of the new malware and how the security software's architecture can be changed to capture it. Combating malware is a four-way race. In the lead are the malware writers, looking for vulnerabilities and writing malware to exploit them. Coming in second are the security software vendors, who are finding ways to detect and eradicate new malware as it appears. Next are the application and system software vendors, trying to plug the security holes that the malware writers were exploiting. Last, in fourth place, are folks like you and me, keeping our systems up to date with the latest updates to both our security software and the software that might have vulnerabilities. Malware writers are always in the lead. You and me, we're dead last. Hopefully it's a tight pack, but even so, we're last. And yes, that means it's possible to be doing security as well as you can and still get infected if your anti-malware software has not yet been updated to detect a new threat, your system or application software has not yet been patched to fix whatever vulnerability that malware exploits. Now, there's something else at play. I've spoken about the dancing bunnies problem before, and that is simply this. People will explicitly ignore, disable, and bypass any and all security measures to access something they've been led to believe is particularly desirable. If an email says, download the attachment to see dancing bunnies, some percentage of users will do exactly that and more if necessary because they want to see the dancing bunnies they've been promised, damn it. Put in more relevant terms, you can have the best anti-malware and security software that could exist, and it'll do you no good if you ignore its warnings or bypass its restrictions. Your security software allowed you to get malware because you told it to, against its warnings and against its advice. Didn't matter what the security software you were running was or how good it might be. So, what does all this mean? There is no single best anti-malware tool or security software. Security tool A may catch this newly released virus today, but program B might address tomorrow's new virus more effectively. Vendors know this, so they're continually working to improve coverage of their products. The techniques used by program C may work with little to no impact on my system, and yet be a major resource hog on yours. The best vendors test across a wide variety of systems and configurations, but by definition, doing so is in direct conflict with getting important updates out as quickly as possible. And of course, there's still the race between malware authors and anti-malware vendors. There's always a hole in the coverage, and something might slip through. Now, I don't mean to imply that any of this is or even should be easy. We've seen major security vendors push out updates that have failed or even crashed some customers' machines. It should never happen. But given the rush to get updates tested and out quickly, I'm surprised these problems don't happen more often. It's difficult to get it right 100% of the time, especially when we expect anti-malware tools not to affect the performance or the functionality of our computers. The bottom line here is simply this. You are the most important anti-malware tool your computer has. Your ability to recognize and skip malware is far superior to that of most anti-malware tools. You can recognize spam and bogus attachments. You know you shouldn't have visited that website. You knew that that too good to be true offer was indeed too good to be true. You knew that the dancing bunnies were never real. That knowledge and what you do with it is what keeps your machine the safest. For updates, for comments, for links related to this topic and more, visit askleo.com/4728. I'm Leo Notenboom, and this is askleo.com. Thanks for watching.